I had an opportunity. It started last year, and it really fucking drilled on me not too long ago when I had an opportunity to sit down with a billionaire, bro. So I take out my iPad. I had all this presentation going on. I started like talking. Not even 20 seconds in, he cuts me off and he goes, "That's not what I want to see. I need to know rental forecast on this, on a 5-year plan, 10-year, da-da-da. What's this, construction, this and that." Like, just starts bombarding me, bro. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, okay, shit. Like, I wasn't prepared for that. I was preparing. I thought that, I would go through everything and then he'll say, okay, give me a breakdown. What are we looking at? Costs, what would be, and faces and stuff like that. So he just started. So I'm like, and I'm going through, and then he goes, "Stop. You're not fucking ready for this." And I took it like a champ. I was like, "No, I appreciate it." And so I asked the question. I said, "What would you suggest I do better whenever I have an opportunity to sit somebody like yourself again?" And he said, "Do what you love, do what you're passionate." Because what you spoke right now had no passion behind it.
Damn.
And then just Julio goes, "Well, he does this huge things for veterans." And then he's like, "Why don't you tell him about the stuff that you do for veterans, JP?" And then we start talking about that. And towards the end, I shit you not, he's like, "That, my friend, is interesting."
Veterans Battalion.
What's up, everybody? Episode 6 of Veterans Battalion. Man, exciting stuff, right? iTunes
Very
now,
exciting.
Spotify, Google Play. We are everywhere.
The #1 veteran podcast on the planet.
Take it away.
One battalion, one company, one squad, one team, one fight.
All right.
Cole's actually been working on that intro for some time now.
I can't help but
Do you
laugh.
say that in your sleep, Cole?
Not always.
He just randomly walks up to people and says that shit. It's fine.
Good. Practice it, gotta get. Hey, man. So, exciting, man. It's everywhere now. We're getting some great feedback. And I think in the end of the day, that's what we want. Get veterans excited about what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's not your normal podcast. We're not being paid for this or anything, but at least we do it because
You can tell by our language.
Yeah.
I think I forgot which one it was. I think maybe the first or second one.
Oh,
there
the
was
first
like
one was bad.
probably 45 F-bombs that were dropped just in the first 20
You counted
minutes.
that?
that's because
But you know what?
I had to turn it off because my kids were in the car.
So let's just be realistic here. You know what? Every day is a fucking battleground, and we're in the field every day. So this is the field.
No, it
Yeah.
is,
If
man.
you don't like it, go fucking change.
Yeah, it's not
Trying
for
to fight that
everybody.
war at home.
Definitely not for everybody, but they have to understand that the reason why we sort of get out of control, you would say, in a situation like that is because we're fucking passionate about what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
And we're all about helping vets, and with the crazy shit going around in this world, sometimes, we're going to get a little carried away about it, but, it's all for a cause and for a reason.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yep. We got each other 6, and you know what? If I have to drop a couple F-bombs, it is what it is.
So with that being said, if the F-bomb, aka the word fuck, if that offends you, you probably want to change over to a different podcast.
Yeah.
But listen later, because it'll be fucking amazing.
Parental discretion advice. All right, guys. So, as you all know, I've been attending this event, MVP. At
Merging
Unbreakable. Yeah,
vets and players.
it's an amazing program. If you're a veteran out there and you need help, I think you definitely got to check it out. It's called MVP, and it's holed up on Sunset by Sunset in Fairfax. And I like the fact that what they do is basically you go in there, you get a great workout, sort of kind of get your stuff going. You're training with some pro athletes, which is great, to get that extra in there. And you also see all these different type of veterans where you get some veterans that, have some injuries. All of them are combat vets. But what I like is towards the end, you basically have a sit-down session, sort of like a therapy where everybody gets a circle and just share. You share what you want to share. Maybe a current situation, which we heard some pretty crazy ones. But what I heard the most is people talk about the fear of success, and this came from both the players and the veterans. And I sat there for a while and I said, man, fear of success. Like, why would you fear that? But when I started hearing more about the reasoning behind it, it sort of plugged in, and I think Roland brought a good point where you said that it's that fear of
Falling short.
falling short.
Falling short.
What if you fell? Now you're in a new situation. You're being plugged into the civilian life where you have a lot of stuff going on, and you just stepped out of a situation where you maybe thought everything was going to be good, or you had a feeling where, shit is going smooth and I'm going to get out and it's going to stay the same. And you realize, oh, fuck, it's not.
Right.
Now it's kind of like you have a lot of stuff that get in front of you. So I wanted to share that with you guys and also with our listeners and sort of get your feedback on that. And if you went through some of those struggles and what were they? And, you know, how did you overcome that? Because obviously all of us had succeeded. You know, we all have a business or company that we're running here. And at some point you had to have that fear,
Absolutely.
fear for
Fuck
success.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I've been failing the last 10 years, you know? But ever since I got out, you know, I think I'm starting to win, then I fail. Then I'm starting to win, then I fail. That I actually turned to alcohol, like, cause that was like my fucking way of making myself feel better. Every day was like a freaking tall can. Then I started hitting the vodka and then mixing it with VA pills.
Oh,
and all of a sudden I got a fatty liver. All of a sudden, like, you know, shit sucks. I come home, I'm in a pissed off mood. And then my marriage started failing and like, it kind of like, and I started becoming a shittier dad. It all kind of adds up. So, you know, failure, look, I understand that, you know, failure is a part of, you're going to fail sometimes, man. It's just the way, you know, just the way it goes. But I always used to think, I used to be really hard on myself. So when I didn't meet my goals, you know, it really like fucked with my head a lot. So I really had to start, you know, listening, getting mentorship through other Marines that were successful, listening to podcasts, stop drinking, because drinking, man, just fucking kills everything. You think, you know, you're on your path to success, and if you start drinking, man, you become lazy, you become fat, you become out of shape, and everything just.
What was the first failure that you would say? And let's take it back, like the first one that you would say, "Fuck, shit just really hit the fan." And what was it, and how you overcame that?
So one of my first failures, one of them, I would say just getting into mortgage and real estate. You know, I was in it for the right reasons. So unfortunately, back, you know, almost 10 years ago was when people weren't in it for the right reasons. So it was, you know, here I am, Mr. Marine, going out there trying to do the right thing, and there's shitheads.
His manager made him refinance someone, and he refinanced their home at a 22% interest rate.
It wasn't 22%.
It was
22%.
And then it adjusted. So
No, it
like
was not
the
22%.
balloon payment. So when the people, they would never pay off the loan, but after a year,
This is false, by the way.
their damn loan amount doubled. So, but he got a fat bonus. So
Look at stick to Coast 103 and let me talk.
nah, but that's exaggerating.
But you know,
Wait, so real quick, did you refinance Roland? And this is where the story came out.
Dude, that's how I got my foreclosure.
no.
Nah,
But
it's-
I would say, you know, just you know, doing the right thing at the time wasn't, you know, for me, like I was doing well. I was starting to do well. Market hit. That was like a hit to my gut. That was the biggest failure. I lost my house, lost my car. I just had my son.
What year was it when you started doing mortgages, like you said, or was it mortgages? Or?
Yeah, that was like 06.
Okay, so
05.
you started in 2006, and you're working
Yeah.
for obviously a company where you. I mean,
Yeah.
let's go back into even that. Like, what
Sure.
motivates you to go work for that company or for that individual? Was it something that you saw on him that you felt this person is going to be able to help me, mentor me, and get me somewhere, and then you found
There was
out
a lot of pressure on myself to be successful, right? Because you come out of the Marine Corps and you want to, you know, you want to be a part of the best, right? I wear the fucking EJ on my patch, on my uniform. I wanted to be a part of the best. Anything I did, I wanted to exceed it, and I wanted to let all the other Marines, because when everyone leaves out of the military, people are always going to say, "Hey, what's this Marine up to? You know, how's this devil dog been?" And you know, you have expectations for yourself. You want them to see you as something better or bigger. You know, doing well, doing better than them, like a competition almost.
Yeah.
You know, so I started like not focusing on what I really wanted to do, and I just focused solely on the wrong thing, which was money. Because when you focus on money, that's the fucking worst thing you can fucking do, in my opinion. because it wasn't until I started focusing on solving people's problems and actually being a legitimate business owner and actually caring about helping them, that's when I started becoming really successful.
No, and I think you bring a fucking great point. In fact, I sort of had like somewhat of an argument with somebody about that this weekend, where I said,
Me too.
you know, it's, bro, I do what I do because I want to be happy. And they said, fuck that. Like, you shouldn't be doing something because you're happy. You should be doing it because you want to fucking be like,
millionaire or whatever, yeah,
and he
make
said a
money,
certain
right?
fucking number. And I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you know what? I don't want to be that motherfucker that fucking has all this shit, but fucking unhappy, ain't doing shit. It's not
Right.
doing what he loves.
What's your purpose?
Yeah, exactly. Because I have a client who's 84 years old, very fucking successful. The guy is so big that if I even mention his name, you'll probably know that I said it. But this guy's fucking big, created a fucking empire, but did it all for the fucking wrong reasons. Been married 4 times. Kids don't even fucking love him. Kids don't even want the fucking money. And his employees hate him. And I'm sitting there, you're 84, fucking lonely on this huge mansion. And I'm like the only fucking friend you have. I'm like,
Was
what
it
the
worth it?
fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Was
That's
it
when it
worth
comes.
it?
Was it worth it?
Was
Like,
it worth
what's
it?
the whole point of that? You had the cars, you had
Totally.
this, you did all, and now what do you have? What are you living for?
Yeah, and that comes back to the disconnect. When you leave, when you leave service, when you fall short, you lose significance. When some people they join the military, people join for all kinds of different reasons, whether it's to, get a steady paycheck, get the money for college education, but a good majority, for the most part, they join because they want to be a part of something bigger than themselves.
Correct.
They want to be a part of something great. And that's the disconnect when they leave service. They lose that. They
Fuck yeah,
lose
dude.
the
I
significance
love
of their
having that uniform
life.
on.
Totally. And being a part of
it
something
makes
bigger
you
than
proud.
themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Having a purpose.
Correct.
And that happened to me. I think that happened to me when I transitioned out of the Marine Corps. It was.
Well, I
it was kinda
think
rough.
one key thing on that is, for example, I can't speak for every branch, but at least especially with the Marine Corps, when you go up that hill, what is the Reaper? I think the last one
Oh, yeah,
you
and
go
the-
up
and the
after the
Crucible.
Crucible, and you get up there.
We're
and you're
Crucible
fuck-
Marines, by the way.
Yeah, and you
All the
sit
older
there,
vets.
and wait, they don't do the Crucible anymore?
No,
No. I'm saying
I don't think
we're
isn't
Crucible
it-
Marines. Prior
Hollywood
to
Marines.
us, they used to
Isn't
talk
it
shit that
Crucible?
the new Marines, but
Oh,
fucking
okay. I was about
prior
to say, wait, what the
pretty
fuck?
prior to
It is
99
so
or something like
fun.
that.
Okay, so dude, you go up the Reaper, you fucking stand up there, man. Dude, I was a guide at that time, and I remember fucking going up and down, short dude, fucking all this shit, picking up the leftovers, people that wouldn't sit there, and they worked my ass off, bro. And I get up to the top, and I'm seeing all these guys fucking proud that they fucking made it. We stand in formation, and no shit, bro, tears come
You
down.
cried, didn't you?
Okay, yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
ask you, did you cry?
Yeah, oh,
He
bro,
cried.
I
You
did,
look
bro.
like you
I was
cried.
fucking, dude, I was hurting,
And
fucking.
they put the music on.
No, we didn't have music.
You didn't have music?
No, dude, we had no
Those
fucking
motherfuckers
music.
put music on. They wanted tears on the floor.
Damn, man, this fucker had the Marine Corps band playing and shit.
Yeah,
No, man,
Hollywood, man.
dude, we got nothing, man. Literally, we just got up there, formation, and then obviously the general was there. He gives his speech, and bro, when they start hanging out those Eagle Glow and anchors, man. I mean, but this is where I was getting at is, it's a fucking earned position, man. It's a privilege to be a fucking Marine.
Yeah.
It really is. And that's going to go with you throughout your life. I mean, I've been through many places where I've seen Army, Coast Guard, and I'm not, banging on nobody, but the brotherhood of a Marine with another Marine, when you see him, it's different, man. Like, I always stop and, hey, fuck, dude, who'd you serve with? Marine, da-da-da. And you notice
Instant
it.
connection.
It's
Instant.
way different
Yeah.
because you can relate. You can relate.
You went through the
Definitely.
same bullshit together.
Same bullshit, man. So I think it's that same thing like what you're talking about now, Roland, where, you have that great feeling, you get out, and you realize that in society, especially in today's society, because of all the social media shit we have, there's some sort of status quote that you have to meet to even be considered or to even be somebody or to start on something. It's like if your ass doesn't have a many amount of fucking followers now, if you don't have this and that, then now you're not
Right.
relevant or stuff like this. Well, how many of these motherfuckers go out and just pay for this shit? And it's
Right.
bullshit. We live in a
There's
society,
so much fakeness out there.
dude, so much fakeness, man. These people that
And
drive
just-
the fucking nice cars and all
totally,
this shit, and
just
then they don't have shit.
And just what they show on social media, it's just like a facade.
It is.
It's only when they're good. They're always traveling. They're always you know, taking selfies in front of
Always
their
having a
fucking
great time.
Yeah,
Always, you know,
rented Lambo,
living
Lambo.
a life that, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, my life must suck because mine's not like theirs.
And that's what I want to put out there to veterans, that don't fucking get taken by that shit. Because a lot of it is fucking bullshit. I'm telling you, man, I live in an area where you fucking see this. And I'm not impressed by this shit. Like before I was, when I first got into business, that's the reason why I did it. Dude, this fucking dude rolls up in a fucking green Lamborghini. I'm like, fuck, I never seen one. Like, you know, so I did, like you said, I did everything for the wrong reasons because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
And then how long did it take you to actually transition from that to when you actually realized that for the wrong reasons because you wanted it for the money to when you wanted it to really help people? How long did it take you?
Honestly, with you guys, I think it was last year. Last year for me. And last year was a wake-up call. And
I think it's been about a year or two.
I'm not scared to share that, but the way I figured out was I had an opportunity. It started last year, and it really fucking drilled on me not too long ago when I had an opportunity to sit down with a billionaire, bro. And the whole reason I ever sold high-end homes was because people told me I would never do it. People said, a fucking Marine with tattoos, Beverly Hills, selling high-end homes, you're never going to do it. That shit fucking pissed me off. And I think that I did it all for the wrong reasons to go out there and prove somebody. And that's what I did. So I went to sell the fucking best. I went to where the fucking big dogs were, and I fucking proved them wrong, and I fucking sold it. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I did this. Now I'm with a big top brokerage, which is fucking the top of the percent for the high end. And I'm sitting all this, and I'm doing all this, and I'm like, I don't feel fulfilled. So, okay, great. I proved people wrong. Now what? I fucking worked my ass off, neglected on a lot of things that I should have been doing because of my fucking dumbass doing the reasons that I think was right just to really please somebody else and not please myself.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing of fucking with social media now and all this bullshit, that you feel that you have to become somebody you're not and not do what you're passionate about. Mm-hmm. I love real estate. Don't take me wrong. That's what I did it. And I always wanted to touch a fucking nice home, a $30 million home, a $20 million home. Like, wow. And I think I could achieve that being myself, doing it while accomplishing so many other things and not having to fit the persona that people thought I would have to be, or to fucking go out there and prove somebody wrong, which I think is the biggest error that a lot of us do, especially in today's society.
Absolutely.
Because you're doing it for everyone else's acceptance.
And you know what?
Acceptance, and you lose track of yourself.
And that goes right back to post-military, which you're going out there trying to, you know, be a part of something or you're not doing it for your own passions, your own reasons. You're doing it because of other people.
And so check this out, man. So I'm pitching a almost close to $50 million development, right? And I've been working on this for some time. And I have a good friend that's well-connected. And he's like, dude, okay, I'll hook you up with somebody. But you got to come correct. Like this dude's like big. If you come in here and you're fucked up, JP, we're both going to look really bad. So cool. I said, give me a month. I work on this for a month to prepare for this, right? I finally get the opportunity to meet this guy. I have to drive to Newport Beach. And the guy's like very fucking direct. Like this is where the one thing I put out there, the more successful people you start meeting, especially when they get to a different level, their time is fucking crucial, man. So I get a text from him. He says, hey, I'm meeting you at this time and I have a hard stop at this time. That's it. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we show up, we're sitting down, you know, we order our coffee. It's me, he's sitting next to me. My boy Julio is in the front and he goes, show me what you got. So I take out my iPad. I had all this presentation going on. I started like talking, not even 20 seconds in, he cuts me off and he goes, that's not what I want to see. I need to know rental forecast on this, on a 5-year plan, 10-year, da-da-da, what's this, construction, this and that. Like just starts bombarding me, bro. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, okay, shit. Like I wasn't prepared for that. I was preparing. I thought that, you know, I would go through everything and then he'll say, okay, give me a breakdown. What are we looking at? Costs, what would be, and you know, faces and stuff like that. So he just started. So I'm like, and I'm going through and then he goes, stop. You're not fucking ready for this. Just like that. It goes, and as a matter of fact, if Julio wasn't here, I would have fucking got off and left. This is a waste of time. I have never been shut down like that, bro. And I'm like, but he goes, no, I just don't want to hear it. That's it. Put it away. Enjoy your coffee.
Damn.
So we did that. And I felt like shit, bro. I was like, fuck, dude. And Julio's all like, well, you know, JP, don't take it hard. You're gonna get a lot of more, of these as your business grows and you're starting to get to different levels. It's just gonna get harder. And I mean, I took it like a champ. I was like, no, I appreciate it, And so I asked the question. I said, what would you suggest I do better whenever I have an opportunity to sit somebody like yourself again? And he said, do what you love, do what you're passionate, because what you spoke right now had no passion behind it.
Damn.
And then Julio goes, well, he does this huge thing for veterans. And then he's like, why don't you tell him about the stuff that you do for veterans, JP? And then we start talking about that. And towards the end, I shit you not, he's like, that, my friend, is interesting. That, my friend, you spoke from the heart. He goes, let me give you a bit of advice. I didn't get to where I'm at because I chased the wrong things. I got where I'm at because I did the things that I loved and made me happy.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Dude, and I sat there and I was like, what? He goes, so you're in Beverly Hills, you're doing this and that, but when you speak,
he basically said you're faking the funk.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you're here fucking this and that, and I give you fucking props. He goes, dude, what you done is fucking big, especially for a Hispanic, fucking Marine tattoos and all this. He's all like, dude, you want credit? I'm giving you credit.
You're a chameleon.
Yeah,
you're adapting and overcoming.
Dude, that's great. But are you doing what you're passionate and what really makes you happy? He goes, you're not. So you basically have two options. You take action on that, or you keep on living your life miserably. He goes, because what you just shared with me right now had passion. What you shared with me right now had a purpose. What you were sharing to me earlier, no, I see what you're getting. You're trying to do something big, and I applaud you for that. He goes, but dude, don't waste your time.
What was your reaction to that?
Oh, dude, it hit home, bro.
Was it just like
it hit home bad? I was
got like emotion, like a little bit of like, damn.
No, you know what?
You
I actually
it was an awakening, right?
An awakening, but I felt like a big weight removed from my back, bro. I really did. Like,
doesn't it feel good when you do something you love, though?
Dude, this was like recently, man, a couple months ago.
Which explains a lot of things.
Yeah, and bro, I was just like, it's weird. It felt a big relief, and I remember in the end, I took a deep breath, bro. Like, and I just felt like everything go out, bro. And I felt like, fuck, dude.
Well, this is kind of off topic, but it's not off topic. I was even telling Roland, like, because we've been following all your stuff for a while. And I'm like, man, he's so good with vets when he speaks about veteran stuff. It's like, it's so passionate, it's so inspiring. And then when you talk about other shit, I'm like, that shit sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Like
the money and the cars and
I'm
stuff.
like, that's not JP, dude. Like
you could tell. You could tell it wasn't you.
Your shit, dude.
Wait, but I don't talk about money and cars though.
You do.
You did.
When?
You were for a while.
Yeah, you did. You did.
For the last, we're gonna call you out, Double Dog.
Dude, well, no, I appreciate that because I don't remember that. Usually, I never. I mean, I like cars. Don't get me wrong.
We're like, man, if he just cut
cars,
this out, if he just cut this part of it out, like it would be, oh man. So
now, you know what? And dude, that day, I remember I went home, man, and I just started implementing. And that's how, Veterans Hub get to come. And I fucking spoke to you guys and I said, dude, fuck that. Let's just launch Veterans Battalion. Let's go balls to the wall. Let's just fucking, and it feels good, man. Like it does. And again, this is not to, put anybody down out there. It's just as veterans, I think that, you're always going to try to find a place to fit. Especially when you're transitioning, when you're coming out, you don't know, you're lost, and you're gonna feel like, oh well, fuck, they did it, so maybe I should go that route and do it that route. No, like you don't just do you, man. Do what you love to fucking do.
Fuck yeah, man.
And then follow people that are doing that same thing within that and do it. Because I have a lot of vets come up to me and, oh man, fuck, I know you hang out with so and so, and fuck, I want to do that too, and I want to have that and that. I'm like, well, let me ask you a question: is that what you like doing or not? Well, no, but I know it makes you money. I go, then you're already doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys something. What do you guys do for a veteran that's out there that doesn't know what they want to do? What kind of advice would you guys give it? Like they're just sitting there like, okay, well, I want to be like, a little bit like these guys. I feel like their vibe a little bit, but what do I do? I don't know what I want to do yet.
Let me tell you something. I met this Army guy yesterday who basically he's like, all I want to do, I just want to be famous and I want to have money. I said, all right, what do you do? He goes, I'm a DJ. Okay, great. Well, how often do you DJ? Well, it's been slow for a while and all this stuff. And I'm like, hold on. So tell me, what are you doing? Like, first of all, I said this, you're chasing money and you're chasing fame. Do you want to be famous or you want to be impactful? Do you want to impact people? You want to change people's lives? You want to make a difference? Chase that. When you chase that and when you chase shit for the right reasons, the money and the success will come.
Yeah.
But if you go in
100%.
there and start
agree.
just wanting to just straight up be famous, what the fuck is famous?
Yeah.
What? So someone can say, "Hey, I like you. I like you. Thumbs up." Fuck your fucking thumbs up. Shove it up your ass, dude. Like, I don't need that shit. I want to help someone and I want to make a difference in someone's life. And I don't need anybody to see what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. God sees it and that's all that matters, dude. You
Yep.
know? And that's what people's mentality, people are doing shit for the wrong reasons.
100%, man. 100%. I agree in that.
What
I
about you,
agree.
JP?
You know, my whole thing is I always, you know, I got two buddy of mine, and I'm gonna call them out on it, and they know who they are when I talk about what they've been wanting to do, and they have great ideas. And I think I brought this up on our last podcast that, you know, they found what they want to do. Sometimes you'll find it through error, sometimes you'll find it through life experience, or you'll get that one button that you'll click out of nowhere, and you'll be like, "Damn, dude, I love doing that. I want to take on that." Well, once you discover it, and the best way you're going to discover that is just kind of really finding yourself. You got to find yourself, man. You got to, you know, test different things. Sometimes what I like to do is kind of take the day and just turn off my phone, dude, and just drive up Runyon Canyon. I mean, drive up the Laurel Canyon up to the top of Mulholland and just sit there, bro. Look at the lights and enjoy the trees and all this. And I know it might get kind of fucking crazy out there, but what I'm saying is I do that and then I find myself and I start asking myself, am I loving what I'm doing? Yes. Okay. Do I like this? Like, I like painting. That's another thing. I love it. And I stopped doing it for a long time just because I felt like, there's no money in that. Like, that's the mentality you start getting where you feel that you have to do something in order because you have to earn off it. And if you're doing things because of that, then sometimes that's not going to get you where you want to get, you know, but it's going to help you in another level.
So maybe expose yourself a little bit more. So if you're
Expose
sitting on the
yourself.
couch right now and you're sitting in your house and you're listening to this podcast and you're that guy or that woman, right? And you're like, you know, what do I do? Expose yourself. Get out there, right?
I think that you really have to take a step back also and do some soul searching to figure out what really, you know, what really motivates you. What do you find joy? What do you find love in doing? What gives you that feeling that you have a purpose?
Because
you know?
no matter how much you love something, it's going to get old. And that's
It's gonna
where
get hard.
the discipline's going to need to kick
It's
in.
going to get hard and get
Yeah.
challenging. I think for me, it was one of the things that I really enjoyed, you know, started in my Marine Corps career was that, you know, impacting others. When you help others really achieve their goals, you know, as a sergeant, you're mentoring your junior Marines and you're helping them achieve their goals, whether it be through the promotion ranks, you're being responsible for their success and their gratitude towards you. It just fills your soul. And that carried out through recruiting duty for me. When you're a recruiter, you're taking individuals that didn't have shit in their lives, you know, all kinds of different backgrounds, and you're a part of their success on becoming one of our nation's elite military branches, the United States Marine, and watching the emotion, the tears, being a part of that transformation is something that I loved. And that was, I think, part of the disconnect for me was when I left the Marine Corps. You know, when I left the Marine Corps, I kind of lost that purpose. And there was a lot of things that I was going through at the time. You know, I had a really rocky point in my marriage. I had to get back surgery, which is what forced me out of the Marine Corps. So I gained a little bit of weight.
And your nose surgery too, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tons of
Tons of shit.
And that wasn't
Yeah.
because of like a nose job, like a
Yeah.
chick. What was it for? It was,
deviated septum. I couldn't get oxygen in through my nose.
I had the same thing.
Yeah, I was all
I had the
fucked
same
up.
surgery.
And I couldn't work out. I kind of lost sight of myself. I was extremely depressed to the point where I was just kind of questioning my existence. And I was just in a really fucked up place. And a part of that, I kind of lost my purpose. And, you know, that was, I mean, just working with you, Adam, just really helped that tremendously. You know, plugging into, you know, the MF CEO project and, you know, many of other things really helped. But it carried out to our business of what we do for vets.
Correct.
And that's kind of like the passion that you kind of rediscovered yourself is you're a part of something just bigger than yourself. And that's what motivates me when the shit gets tough, the shit gets hard, the obstacles are being thrown at you left and right. When shit gets chaotic, you need to have that drive and that passion
100%.
to overcome that.
And that's what I
100%.
call that inner wealth. And I know you guys heard me speak about that. And I heard that from Jay Shaddai when he says, when you create that inner wealth, everything else will just fall in place. And a lot of people don't realize that inner wealth doesn't mean, fuck, you're this and that billionaire. No, it's creating the inner wealth of richness that fulfills you, happiness. You know, people ask me now, are you fucking rich? I said, fuck yeah, I'm filthy rich. In life, happiness, my kids, like that fucking for me, it's like, dude, hell yeah, I'm golden on that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the purpose. And the other thing that I want to bring up is what you spoke about, Adam, that even after you successfully go through some of those obstacles, shit is still going to happen, man. That's not going to change. But then again, when you're doing shit for a purpose, dude, you learn how to adapt, overcome, and go over those obstacles.
100%.
Because in business, as you grow, shit is always going to hit the fan. Shit is always going to happen. I mean, fuck, you guys just heard it from me like 2 weeks ago. I had fucking all my agents just fucking leave.
Totally.
And then most people back in the days, I would have been like, holy shit. Instead, now I'm like, all right, cool, let's adjust, blah, blah, blah. And then bam, now we have 6 fucking buyers and 3 listings coming up. And
But
I'm
that's
like,
the
well,
difference between someone who's average and someone who's not. Because an average person would have ran, tucked their head in between their freaking knees, and then cried about it.
Correct.
And never recovered. But you push through, and that's when you have breakthroughs.
You'll do whatever it takes.
yep.
Because you know what? When shit gets rough and you really just keep pushing forward, that's when you grow, and that's when success happens.
So
Yeah.
success really isn't, it's not really the success. It's the person that you become along the journey. You know, it's
Because life is a journey. It's 100% of a journey, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean, a few years ago, I had issues with wondering like, why am I still here? Kind of. I have multiple baby mamas and, kids from different parents, all kinds of stuff going on. And I was just trying to figure out how not to be like my parents, because I have a dad that, changed his sex about 2 years ago on me. And, it was hard for me being 15 years old, trying to be a man, and then hearing that from the guy that I'm supposed to learn how to be a man from. So for me, the Marine Corps changed that. And I had to really sit down and think, like, do I just want to wrap my life around a telephone pole one day, or do I just want to say, you know what, let me pick up my pack and let me keep going. Let me just go and just keep going. And, I realized that entrepreneurship was me. I was good at work, getting up every day, striving forward. And then I quit my job one day, and I ended up, working with my brother, and we started like a little business, and it didn't work out. And I realized it didn't work out after I got on my bike and I rode around the country for about 6 months, trying to figure out my life, living on the road and just trying to do me, And it came to me because everything that I ever did in my life was to help other people. And I never knew why, but I just wanted to give back to other people because I didn't want them to feel the same pain that I did growing up, So having the struggles with trying to find a father and all those other things, and the Marine Corps was my father. I mean, we're bastard children. They always say, that's what it's a joke, but that's the real thing is it's all, all the guys that I knew in boot camp were either homeless, they had fucked up parents, all kinds of different parties, drug addict parents, all kinds of shit, And I just realized that I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be the guy that just got out of the Marine Corps with all these attributes and then just do nothing. So, I tried to figure out, like, what is it that I'm meant to do? What am I meant to do? What am I meant to do? So I started off by just helping people move senior homes. And I was passionate about it because I loved the connection with seniors. So and that's kind of how, like, my whole thing started. And I did what I was passionate about. I liked it, and it worked for me. So to you guys sitting out there, sitting on your wazoos, doing nothing right now, trying to figure out what the hell am I going to do, right? You might just be in that same position that I was. Maybe you just need to open the door and get out there and figure it out.
And I like that. And the one thing I will just tell you to change is don't say life is a journey, man. I learned this the hard way. That says, instead of saying life is a journey, say I'm enjoying the progress. Life is a progress, bro. Because in true reality, that's what you want. A progress is you're always just becoming better and better and better. Which a journey is just a flat line, kind of like shit. Whatever happens, I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Whether it be good, whether it be bad,
Yeah.
it's a process, progress.
It's a progress, dude.
Yeah.
And I really think that that's the mentality we have to have because regardless of what you end up doing in life and you finish, as long as, again, you're happy and you're doing it with the right reasons, dude, you're going to enjoy it, man. You're going to enjoy it regardless.
Right.
And regardless what it is, it's going to be a step forward than what we were before.
Yeah. Because it's the mindset that you have when you're going through it, the positive mindset, accepting, you're going to go through trials, tribulations, but just accepting it.
All right, I just got to
realizing
say one thing. I need you to stop fucking moving your arm. your like fucking bicep is huge as fuck, and it's just like shaking on me and like fucking all this shit. I'm like, bro, what are you trying to say, man? I need to work out more or what? Like,
Come out with the Veterans Battalion calendar shoot
I
next
know.
week.
I have a
rolling.
I have a good point right now. Let's say the person is at home and they're at a job they fucking hate, right? Sometimes you need to do that stuff until you can do what you love. You know what I
Correct.
mean? So, but I'm saying is don't be like, hey, fuck this, quit my job and go do what I love. You have to use that as ammo. Save up your money and then start your business. And you know what? There's a lot of time in the day. And you know what? You may have to sacrifice some sleep. So
Yeah.
fucking what?
100%.
That's what you got to do.
And I think that, well, see, that's kind of where I think it depends where you ask, because I would have been like, fuck that, I'm out. And then and that's what I did. When I was working in the refinery business, literally, bro, I was fucking there for a year. And I did that because we needed money. And I was like, fuck, I hate this shit. First of all, it reminded me of Iraq, because I would fucking go in at like 3:45, 4 in the morning. And when you get in there, it's all gravel and dirt. And they got porta potties everywhere. So I'm like, fuck, dude, this is like literally I'm fucking. And then there's like quad cons and the fucking the stagings where all the planners are and everything look exactly how they looked in Iraq. And then you got this huge machinery and I'm like, dude, this is just fucking miserable. So it's one of the reasons too where I was just like, fuck that. And then yeah, dude, I just literally fucking one day just, you know what, fuck that, I'm not showing up no more and do it. Now I'm not saying everybody go out there and do that.
Because you got to pay the bills.
Yeah, you got bills to pay.
if
But sometimes I think that in order for you to take action, you have to take dramatic fucking risk.
Mhm.
And you do. Because if not, you won't. I know many people that, oh, I want to do this. I'm going to start working on it part-time. And then fucking years are going by. And I'm like, hey, have you executed? Well, no, not yet. You know, I got busy at work. And I did
I know
this.
so many real estate agents that are like, you know, I want to open up my own company, right? One day. And, you know, I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And they're like, cool, me too. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start my stuff next week and do the process of it. Well, what I did was instead of actually saying I'm going to do it, I fucking did it. I sacrificed sleep, time.
Before you even got your license.
Before I even got my
the
license to open
yeah.
up the company, I actually got office space. I actually started paying for things that I would have to pay so that way I was like, if I don't do this, I'm fucked.
Yeah, well, you committed and then figure it out the rest later.
I had to. Because you know what, man? Like, sometimes you just have to go for it.
Yeah.
So commitment then money, or money and a plan then commitment?
Well,
what about all those people that are saying, yeah, I call bullshit, you need money first?
Oh, man, you know what? I'll be the first one to say, I mean, you need money, but I could think you get by. You
Look
could.
at you. You told your story about how you built your business, your company with zero. How your competition has hundreds of thousands of dollars when they start their moving companies.
And you did it.
What did you
And
have?
look at
You had
you.
shit. You
Mhm.
use people's trucks, people's
Resources.
vehicles, resources, and you just made it happen. So you had the commitment.
I think it's because I wanted it bad enough.
See, and that's
what
the thing
it came
when
down to.
people say, oh, I can't do something because I don't have the money or I don't do this. I go, bullshit. You just really don't want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
one of the things we just heard this weekend. It's 90% commitment, 10% mechanics.
Bro, and then
True.
you fucking figure it out. I'll give you guys a quick example. A while back, a good friend of mine wanted to do like a taco business, right? And this guy could cook. And I'm like, bro, you fucking should. And he had every fucking excuse in the book from, I don't have this, I don't have that, and I don't have the people, and I don't have money. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to get you your first gig. He didn't believe me, dude. So I called one of my clients, and he's like, okay, yeah, it's in Bel Air. And he's like, fuck yeah, we'll hire him. I go, there you go, bro. You just got your first fucking deal. Go do it. Fucking every excuse now. Oh, well, that's over there. They're probably going to be picky. They're going to be different. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So he goes out there, does the thing, gets paid $6,000. $6,000, all right, just for this event, which is huge. And not anybody that starts a business like that gets an opportunity. Like, you'll start like a little fucking party, $250.
Yeah.
Like, so this motherfucker just got a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Then he comes back and he's all like, oh, I don't think I could do this anymore. And I'm like, wait, what? Why? Dude, you just got plugged in and you got referrals off of that and they're already asking you for another party. Well, it's just that it was pretty intimidating and I don't have time and they're going to put me in this work schedule to do this and that. And yeah, that was the fucking end of it. Like, and I'm like, you
know
just
what?
had an opportunity.
There's entrepreneurs and there's entrepreneurs.
Yeah, 100%, man.
There's employees and then there's owners.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's okay to be an employee. That's what you're going to do.
And that's perfectly
But don't
fine.
say, I'm going to do all this and I'm going to do all that. But when it comes down to actually doing it, you're not going to fucking do it.
Exactly,
You have
man.
no balls.
Exactly. Look, you need employees, man. You need people that work hard, that that are good at that job.
Of course.
That's just what they do. They're good at implementing the ideas that you might have, the day-to-day
But
work.
be a badass employee, man. Like contribute to growing something amazing.
Exactly.
That's it right there. I think that's what you just said right there. That's
True welfare.
That's definitely, that goes down to the individuals that are sitting on their couch right now, not knowing
If you don't want to
what
be a
they wanna
business owner,
do,
you don't have to be.
Exactly.
not knowing
But
their
be a
passion.
badass employee.
It's being not only a badass employee, but being the fucking best version of yourself. Being a badass father, being a badass husband, brother, sister, in everything that you do, trying to be the best at it. Regardless of where you work, whether you're a business owner or whether you fucking work at McDonald's.
Yeah, you're flipping burgers, dude. Be a
make the
badass
best
fucking
damn
burger.
burgers out of any fucking
Because
yeah.
who you
McDonald's
are
there
now
is.
is who you're going to be out there
Yeah.
Totally.
all day.
Oh yeah, man. I know tons of people that
Just like
just
Colt
amazing.
was 5 minutes late today.
5 minutes late?
You were 5 minutes
It's
late.
outside
today.
of my phone.
Just recognize you're 5 minutes late.
I know he's gonna get firewatch.
Aye, sir. How about aye, sir?
But it's the same thing, man. It's I know many people that work for corporations or companies and just amazing job and acknowledgments, and they love it, and you need people like that. I mean, it's very hard. I know we've been going through the whole thing about finding assistants right now, and I'm thankful that I went through at least 7, 8 of them that were really bad until I found the one that I have now, which is amazing and great work. And by far, man, like literally she's the backbone of the company. But you need people like that in order to even grow or scale. And that's going to be a problem you're going to have to deal with eventually as you're growing a business. Right. It's hiring the right people, taking the right steps to grow the business, focus on business development, training, education, troop welfare, creating a culture that people are going to enjoy working, coming today and looking at more like a family, not just a fucking slave.
And wanting to help you grow and share with you the vision that you have for your company.
Instead of just trying to earn a paycheck.
So as owners, for you guys, what do you guys feel when you have an employee that works for you and you can feel they're just giving their 10%? Right. Can you feel the difference between 10 and 90?
Yeah, you have to have a talk, man. Look, my whole thing is, I learned this through lessons. And again, I've been through a couple agents, and I stopped blaming agents. I stopped blaming employees. I stopped blaming them for whatever reason it is. I start from the top. So what I do now, I analyze myself. Did I provide the proper training? Was I the right mentor? Did I provide the needed essentials for them to win? Did I do everything possible for them to succeed? So you got to start asking yourself as a leader all these questions first before you start judging somebody. Because a lot of the time, it might be one small thing that you did that might have been the big disconnect. And sometimes it comes down to even hiring the right person. Did you do a proper job? Did you properly, filter this person out the way it should have been? Because if you didn't, guess what? It's not their fault. They're put in a position where they don't want to be, where you just hire them because you felt it was the right thing to do without properly doing your job as a leader, as a CEO, as a fucking owner. And so that's what I do now. I analyze myself.
Any better myself, man.
Dude, that's what I do. So every time I blame myself for it, and I send you guys that text when I sit there because you guys were like, oh, fuck. Yeah. And I'm like, no, you know what? It's really my fault. Because what could I have done differently? And now I apply those steps on every fucking person. Dude, I'm telling you, that's why you got to enjoy the progress, man.
Because it keeps getting better.
It keeps getting better, and you're going to learn more. So now I looked at. So what I would suggest is, if somebody has an employee like that, you have to have a sit down immediately. And that sit down should not go where like you're doing 10%. It should be more, how can I help you give 90% more? How can I help you become better? How can I? And then once you start asking these questions, it's just going to come out. Hey, well, you know what? I'm really not happy here. This is not what I want to do. Great. Well, then this is what we should do. You adjust. But you don't want to sit there and just automatically put it on them, because if you do that, then they feel intimidated.
They're going to shut down.
And then really that 10% is going to come to 5%. And the last thing you want is somebody in a company where they're not going to give you the full. This is why I don't believe in hiring people back that I have let go. And everybody tells me, like, well, you shouldn't do that. You should forget. I said, no, because if they left, it's for a reason. Absolutely. Let's face it. And if they come back, it's going to be for the wrong reasons as well. Because now it's going to be like, oh, shit, they're doing really good. Now I want to go back. Now they're not really doing it because they follow that same goal, that vision that you had. They're doing it because their interest is more on their pocket. And that, my friend, that's when I say now, fuck the whole leadership and that I said. Now I say, fuck that. You fucked up. Peace out. The grass was not fucking greener on the other side.
Damn.
That's good.
Mic drop.
I would drop my mic, but this is a
Yeah.
fucking expensive mic. But anyhow, but no, dude, that's what you got to do. And I learned this through experiences, man. And you know, Sharon's a good mentor of mine, dude. And this guy built a huge company from it. And I ask him, and I see that they never fucking blame people. They don't. It's basically, dude, it starts from leadership. Jocko, man, Jocko Wickens, dude, same thing. You know, extreme leadership. It will break this whole down to you. You know that any situation that comes off it, you don't blame the troops. You know, how many times did we see that in the military? And I think that's the other key thing where, you know, Lance Corporal, PFC fucks up, and the first thing they do, Sergeant comes and just fucking drills him. Da, 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 da. And, well, of course, he's not going to say shit. Why? You know, it's fucking shut up and fucking just take the trashing. But then later on, you find out, oh, well, the corporal fucking informed the PFC, the Lance Corporal, the wrong information, or the team leader didn't inform him right. Well, fuck that. It's your fault. You should have known. That's not fucking true, bro. That's not fucking true. Because if your head, if your leadership is not providing the right information or training or showing how to properly do it, then you're only going to get what this person assumes to be the right thing. You could only expect to get back what you're putting out there.
100%.
And that's also in business, man.
Just think about it from a Marine Corps standpoint, real quick. Just you're talking about a 19 or 20-year-old corporal telling an 18-year-old fucking PFC.
Yeah.
Or a 21-year-old. 21 years old. Holy shit. They're put in those crazy positions. No one, it baffles me, man. Like when you look back, because at that point in my life, I was like, man, that's so old. But now it's so young.
Bro, before we even deployed, because our unit had been activated already. And so I was at Los Alamitos, and I was the most senior rank. I was a Lance Corporal. You know,
you were the senior Lance Corporal.
Dude, I was meritorious promoted since boot camp all the way up to like sergeant. So, I mean, fuck, I did my shit. I think that's kind of one of the reasons. Somebody asked me once, they're like, well, I mean, you obviously achieve all this. How did you do it? And I said, it all started for the wrong reasons. Because when I was at Puli, my recruiter said, you want to be that Marine that just does what is told, stays out of the fucking light, and just fucking cruise control through fucking
general population,
through your general population, and you're gonna be good.
Fuck no, you got to put your hand up when they say I need a body.
Well, I didn't know no better, so I was like, okay. So when I get to boot camp, I was that one guy that just kind of stayed in the back, kind of like, no, you know, don't get too much attention. And of course, fucking off the bat, you see the dudes that just want the attention, the dudes that want to be fucking guides and rah rah and fucking kicking people and pushing all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then you get the ones that got recycled and they're put back. So they already experienced some of this. So now they're like, fuck no, I want to be this, da da da. And then you have a few that just kind of float around. That's kind of where I was. I was just kind of like, fuck that. I don't want too much attention. I'm kind of like, cool. Dude, I avoided Firewatch the first night that we got into boot camp. Somehow they just missed my name and I didn't say shit. I was like, cool, you know, so fucking all these people. Dude, so I was kind of that person. But I'll tell you when it did change. When we actually got assigned to our platoon. What is it, Black Friday?
Black Friday.
Yeah, you show up and da-da-da. And it was about a week into it. And there was a couple of Marines that had been recycled. And the dude that was a guide and the squad leader, they were fucking douchebags, dude. Like, I mean, I seen this dude punch a dude. Clearly the guy was just not mentally there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to get that out of it. And I remember I was getting IT'd because I was his partner. And the guy was just fuck, dude. And Partita, I'll never forget his fucking name. And then he went to be on my unit too. But this guy was special. And they were making him drink his water at night. You know, you got to drink your fucking water.
Hydrate.
Yeah. And he's like, no, I don't want to. And then
he said, no, I don't want to?
Yeah. So I'm like, what a fucking idiot.
What a fucking dumbass.
So they get me, because I'm his fucking bunk bed. They get the guide and the squad leaders. And we're in the fucking head. And we're pushing until he fucking finishes his water. And he's like, it's okay, guy. So I'll just take a beating after. Like, I'm like, dude, just
shut
fucking
the fuck up and drink your water,
man. He's like, no, I can't. I'm like, drink that. And then the other dudes are getting up, like trying to choke him and all this. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to get it out of him either. Like, you know, and then the drink instructor's just like, my back is turned. I don't see anything. Of course. So I fucking, like I said, all right, fuck, dude. So long story short, we all got IT. At night, I woke everybody up. Everybody. I fucking woke everybody up and I put them in the center of the fucking thing. And the guy was there all pissed off, like, what the fuck are you doing? Go back to sleep. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Listen, I said, if you guys have not noticed by now, we have to work as a team. You fucking yelling at people, fucking hitting people, is not going to get them to do something. You over there fucking threatening this and that, and then your fucking family back home, get the fuck out of here. That doesn't work. This is what we work. We're going to help the weakest. We're going to fucking ensure that they get done whatever we got to do. Clearly, this guy can't do physical stuff like that. So we got to help him training. And you have to get up. If you really want to earn this and be a fucking Marine, you got to get up and put the extra work. He goes, I'm okay with that. I can't do that. I have a problem with my throat. And so after a while, I start throwing up. So I said, great. So let's work around that. How do we work? The senior drill instructor heard all this. He was somewhere in the back and he seen me. And the next day he took me in the office and he goes, my whole time here in the Marine Corps, I've never seen somebody do that. And everybody sat there and listened to you. He goes, you're going to be the guide and you're going to fucking ensure all these people graduate. And that platoon, that phase, I only lost one guy because he broke his leg. Everybody else fucking graduated. And I graduated honor man on that.
Nice.
But it wasn't ever because I fucking bullied or fucking screamed or fucking threatened to punch people. Dude, I just sat down and fucking literally told it how it was. And sometimes, yeah, you got to be more affirmative, you know, but people can't get it done if you approach them the right way. And of course, even the shitbags. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story before I go because you guys are going to like this. So we're at the rifle range and senior drill instructor comes in. And I don't know if you guys had this. They had those metal stuff under their shoes, so you could hear the click, click, click. So I'm at the fucking range, dude, and you could hear them coming, click, click, and I'm like, fuck, dude, already. Like anytime senior drill instructor came, bro, you already knew, like, fuck, some shit's gonna hit down, right?
To go down.
And he comes up to me and he's like, you know, doing this thing, like,
yeah. The
and
tap,
I'm like, fuck, and then I look, he goes, guy, who's Batman? And I'm like, sir. He goes, who's Batman? I'm like, this recruit does not know who Batman is, sir. Oh, you don't know who Batman is? I'm like, the bat guy, superhero? He goes, that's not what I asked. Who's Batman? And I'm like, this recruit does not know, sir?
Bruce Wayne.
It did. So, I mean, so he goes, good to go. He goes, I'm like, fuck. So, dude, I had that knot in my stomach the whole time. I'm like, what the fuck? What did I do or what? So we had a guy that had been recycled a couple times. And this is the guy that broke his leg that didn't end up graduating. But this guy had been recycled, dude. I mean, his head definitely must have not been there anymore, dude. For a year to be in boot camp, that's already like,
oh,
yeah, you're already going through some shit, right? So we get back to the squad bay. They have his foot locker in the front, and he's standing there, and he goes, God, come here. And I'm like, what? And this fool had been caught already with soda, cookies, like, so.
What the fuck?
So I was like, fuck, dude. Like, okay, what did he do this time, right?
Yeah.
So he goes, open his foot locker. And I open it, and he had cut circles, and then the Batman logo, the Robin logo, and had fit him into his boom light. So he goes, so you don't know who Batman is? And I'm all like, what the hell? He goes, good to go, guide. So they made me get my shoe paste, and I had to paint my underwear black. And they made me go to the other squad bay, and this guy would stand there with the moonlight and like flash it, and I would have to go running through every squad bay with my black underwear.
No shit.
And a fucking
in a cape?
Yeah, in a cape. And they'd be like, "Where's Batman, guy? We still don't know where Batman is." And I was like, "Get the fuck,
this motherfucker,
dude!"
Damn.
For like an hour, dude. I was like the laughing for like every platoon because I would go to every squad bay, even across the other ones. Be like, "Oh, maybe he's not here yet," and they'll send the guy to the other one to flash it. And literally, dude. So fucking,
that's funny,
dude. That's hilarious.
Yeah, fucking. Forget
Should we
whatever
wrap
his
it
name
up?
is. But yeah, man,
yeah.
I guess we're good.
All
So, but good stuff, man. And remember, going back to the fear for success, and then I'll close it out with this: is don't fucking fear it. I mean, success is whatever you want it to be. I think success is not what society is, and I think Jay Shetty said it best when he says that I think what you think that I am that I think. And to break it down more, is basically
say that 10 times.
Yeah, trust me, I even had a hard time saying it now. But basically, is that we live our life thinking what other people think that we should be, what should we become, or what it is that we think ourselves as being. So it's what we put out there.
Yeah.
And I think you shouldn't do that. So don't fear it and chase it. And whatever that is, it doesn't matter if you want to be the best fucking employee in the world. It doesn't matter if you want to be the best tax booker in the world, or, the best surfer, or whatever it is.
And whatever the outcome is, if it's good, if it's bad, just fucking, take that as that progress.
It is, exactly. And you're going to fail. You're going to fail. Maybe you want to be the best, I don't know, fucking health trainer in the world out there, and kind of fucking
I felt 10 years to be a police officer. 10 years. no. And
Well,
you know what?
But that's because you couldn't write. That's what Roland said. I'm pretty sure that's important too.
Oh man,
He actually writes like a chick. He's got some
There
really
you go.
good handwriting.
But what I'm saying
you
is,
sound
you know,
like a chick.
you gotta just.
You paint your nails.
He does.
But like, man, just chase it, make it happen. You know, fuck the doubters, and
Yeah.
just go get it, man. Whatever it is.
Hell
Okay.
yes.
As always, if you need help from your battalion, we're here. Always.
Fuck yeah.
Just as always, guys, one battalion, one company, one squad, one team, one fight.
Make sure you like our podcast. Make sure you share. Actually, no, you rate.
You rate, you
You
subscribe.
rate, subscribe to our podcast, like our Facebook page, share it, and help us grow
And
this
send some
movement.
And we're on
messages, man.
Instagram,
We want to
too.
hear from you guys.
Yeah, look, man, we like, you know, we get no advertising on this. We don't put nobody out there. You know, some of the people that we drop names on, it's just people that we follow and that we get value from. Like, you know, like you mentioned, Andy Frizella, MFCO Project, you know, Jay Shedai, great guy. If
Ed
you wanna-
Milet,
Ed Milet, you know, these are just names that, you know, we get no
Sharon.
credit or anything from, but you know,
Yeah,
it's people that
Jocko.
we follow and have enjoyed their message. So do
Absolutely.
us a favor, and if you like this, share it, subscribe, and keep fucking pushing forward. The mission always first.
Hurrah.
All right.
Thanks for listening and serving. Please take the time to leave a review on iTunes to get this podcast heard. Veterans Battalion.